Hey, what to do, y'all? What to do? What to do? Yeah, she's wicked. For some reason, I thought about the Kia boys, those who've been robbing and stealing all these Kias and Hyundais. Yeah. And I thought about this because a lot of those young guys, I'm not saying all, but a lot of them come from single parent households. Most of them come from single mother parent households. Okay. If they come from a dual parent household, yeah, the father not doing his part, you know, because everything changes when the father sets the tone. Okay. So we're just going to leave it there. I bring this up because, like in the thumbnail, for those checking this out on the replay, you see Steve Urkel and you look in his lenses of his glasses, you see this succubus if you look very closely, right? I couldn't think of any other way to kind of put that together, but that's what it be like. Like, and I say this be to be like, yo, goes back to saying like, don't save her, she don't want to be safe because nice guy, she's wicked. There's nothing you could do about her. Huh. Me too. What if I were to tell you that Me Too created demon time, especially when it comes to these young boys? Because they don't have fathers. And if they had fathers, they had weak fathers. So it's causing this type of female to show up, this female, this Lilith type of female, creating these different broods of dudes. Get it? And not just enough for them to be shrewd, they have worse than just a bad attitude. Her too. Due to Me Too. Yeah. So she's wicked in the sense that no matter what you do, like she's not trying to be like you. She don't like you because she's not trying to be like you. She's not trying to be of your likeness. Yeah, she's not. Otherwise, she would like you, truly show you that, and be of your likeness. That's what I mean by she likes you. It's not enough for her to just say she like you. If she likes you, she's trying to be of your likeness. No other way of putting it. Okay. So when girls tend to turn on guys, or it so seems that way, no, she had an ulterior motive. She didn't turn on him, she just turned something on. She didn't turn on him, she just turned something on him. Get it? So this is all real because, like, I'm saying all this to say that, guys, you're getting with the wrong kind of gals. You need to get with a gal that's also nice. She's wicked. There's nothing you can do about it. Don't try to be attracted to that type of toxic energy. You need something clean and pristine. You need a plain Jane just trying to maintain. Okay. It's like these gals are different nowadays. There's only a few that I think represent what a real woman is. A lot of these gals mostly are just typical females, though, and a lot of them are on demon time and they're raising children that way to be on that same type of demon time. Nothing angelic about them, nothing angelic about her. They like to listen to certain types of music, they like to act a certain way and still want to be respected as a woman. Like, no, it don't work that way. Like, you gotta be of a woman to be respected as a woman. Okay. So when you acting not like that, you're seen as something else. You're seen as someone that's wicked. Like someone would probably say, well, she's a wicked type of woman per se. Like one would say that, but not to really say that you're like the real type of woman that I would see like this is what being a woman is. Like, no, that's no, you're a little bit wicked. So, oh. um, but yeah, like nice guy, she's wicked. Like, look, it's not for you to be trying to cater, pander, nor banter. Don't do no flirting and banter and think it's cute when she talks sarcastic, when she talks yeah, sarcastic, Um, I don't know why. For some reason, it sounded like I was saying casket, but hey, there's something to that too. Like the way she speaks is like of death, right? Like she's not even being positive when she talks. Guys, you got to get around a girl that wants to be of your bright side. I mean, even myself, I think about my name. My real name is Ray. So, hey, ray of light. I want a girl that enjoys the light, the ray of sunshine that I have to offer. You know, she all about darkness. She don't want what I have to offer. She just prefers a coffin. I'm like, I'm trying to offer you some coffee. You prefer a coffin. Like, come on, man. So someone said in the chat, yeah, because a woman like that has the Jezebel spirit. Yeah, exactly. Spirit of infidelity, you name it. Uh, no man should have to deal with strife from the feminine gender, by no means. Now, you have some gals be like, well, they want to take us back to a time when women just put up with whatever from a man and we just be quiet. I'm like this. Here's how you shut that down. There's gals that I've known that knew a guy that's been with thousands of women, but she liked him so much. When he was ready to settle down, guess what? She was the one that he settled down with, and she made sure of it. So we're not going to talk about what women put up with from men in order to be a certain way. That has not changed. Girls like what they like, no matter if the guy is good or bad. So I think it's just all about perspectives and priorities. A guy that you like, you're going to be a certain way for, whether he's good or bad, unfortunately. But I'd say a nice guy, how come you can't just be nice for him? He ain't trying to be abusive to you. He ain't just trying to keep you quiet from the standpoint of you just shut up and all that. That's not what that is. But the same guy that would literally make you shut up is the guy that you be quiet for. I find that ironic. I really do find that ironic. But that's the type of times that we live in, right? But here nor there. Just know that that type of female is toxic, fellas. She's wicked. You don't use all that niceness giving her roses that she'll eventually throw away. No, you give a rose to a gal that appreciates how rosy you've been with her. You give a gal a rose that's been rosy with you. You don't give her roses as a treat and she hasn't been treating you well, but you're trying to be well with her with those roses. No, you don't do that, fellas. There's a lot of things you don't do for a gal that isn't trying to do for you. Men initiate, women reciprocate. You don't continue to initiate if she discontinues to reciprocate. But I'd say she never really reciprocated anything. You just thought she did. She gave you like what they would call like a false move, a fake pulse. And I think for men to be a man, he has to know he's with a woman. What I mean by this is when that appreciation is there. Because true manhood and true womanhood is centered around appreciation. When there's this sense of maturity that, yeah, for crying out loud, we're both adults. What are we doing here? Why are we arguing like children? Okay. Even with children, they come to some type of reason or logic. It's just usually the one child has to still fend off the other child trying to have their way because they just used to being spoiled all the time. Notice that there's always that one child that's more logical than the other child, but the other child still want their way, so they'll still be trying to fight. Like, yo, no, man, like, come on, man. So I just find that cute when I do see children do that, though. But yeah, amongst adults, you just avoid those that are childish. Not to digress, though, because that's the other thing with her being wicked. She comes off real childish like that. I think what turns a grown man on about a grown woman is when she ain't childish like that. See, we talk about all these sensual things. We can get off into more intimate settings behind closed doors. Like you sharing these intimate moments with someone, fellas, that's not wicked. Okay. Like, she's been kind to you, she's been pleasant, she's been delightful, delight, your light. That's who you share those intimate moments with. You don't do that for a sleazy who's too easy and she ain't trying to take it easy with you. When she's wicked, you should know this because you're taking things one day at a time. You can just tell by her actions, if not her words. And that's the other thing too. If we talk about people's word, people keeping their word, nah. What about their actions? Forget people keeping their word. What about they keep their actions? They don't keep their word. You could tell by their actions. But it was never about the word. It was always about the actions. Actions speak louder than words, right? So she's wicked in that through her actions. No words can express it. She's only gotten worse. She doesn't have your spirit. You're kind. You're benevolent. Yes, you're benevolent. You're kind. She's malevolent. The opposite. Okay. You're light. She's dark. You know, you're like that. Now, with femininity, they do have the darkness side of them, but that doesn't mean darkness is evil. But some gals use their darkness for evil. That's the problem. See, ladies, your dark side is like a shadow. It should be a sense of comfort and cooling, a place of peace and meditation. Yoga, that too. Uh, Nurturing. That's what that part is about. Like the bright, the brighter the light, the darker the shadow that's casted, right? So I say all this to say that she's wicked in that she don't like your radiance. Like she's literally demon time. That's the best way I could put this. Whether she eats a certain way, lives a certain way, thinks a certain way, that is not morally sound, fellas. You know that she lives a certain way based on the world, the dollar bills, like her life is like that. Like, you have to understand that she doesn't think like you, that she looks at life totally different than you do. And she's not trying to have a life with you like that. Even if she's trying to have a one night with you like that. Okay. And that's when you have to really decide, is it even worth it? Because these conversations need to be had before any night you have with her, because that's a spiritual thing. She has to at least, I'd say at least, if you just want the bare minimum, she has to at least like something about you. Not just one thing about you, but something about you. What do I mean by something about you versus or instead of one thing about you? Something about you, meaning like this bright side about you, this resonance, this positivity. What made her like you? Like, what drew her to you? What made her feel like, yo, there's some deepness, like there's something beautiful about this man, like that. Okay. Literally, like, there has to be that. Otherwise, she's wicked. And you got to watch for that, because there ain't nothing you could do about it. Now, she'll try to lure you in and, maybe do some kind of crazy sexual stuff to you that get you all turned out like, oh my God, man, I can't be without her. Yeah, you can. You're without her before you met her, you know? But you have to understand she did all that so you could never forget about her. But she's wicked. First of all, she ain't staying with you. She ain't committed to you. Okay. She's not even trying to be attached to you. She's not trying to be symbiotic to you. She's not a symbiote. She's a zombiote. That's another word for symbiote, meaning like the antonym, symbiote, symbiotic, symbiosis, zombiote, zombie. Get it? So that's another conversation too. What a zombiote is, like that is more so how when a woman is symbiotic to a man, she's connected to him, she flows with him. There's that telepathy, this connection there, telekinesis. It just flows like y'all one, like unified, right? Now, Zombiote, and I'll probably do a separate video on this, talking about it once more, but that aspect is how she moves. Uh, Regardless of her not being around her ex or the other men that are in her life. Like literally, their spirits move her, even though her spirit's supposed to be moved by you if she was symbiotic with you. The fact that she's not symbiotic with you is due to how she's moving based on other guys that she's literally symbiotic to that she's not around. But that's what I call her being more of a zombiote, if you will. Some girls move a certain way because they still have a certain attachment to their ex, even though they're not with their ex right now. You know, she's supposed to be that way with you. So she's parasitic to you, still more connected to guys that she knows or used to know. That's wicked, because that's the thing. She was never connected to you to begin with. She never wanted to be connected to you to begin with, and that's definitely wicked, because there ain't nothing you can do about it. No matter how much you want her to just be a part of you, she's always going to continue to tear a part of you, because a part of her was never there with you to begin with. Thanks a million.